Dr. Paul, I have so many questions lined up since you were speaking, and we don't have time to get to most of them. So I have a
Well, pick your
feeling
best
that
shot.
well, I do want to get through a few because I want to give you back the rest of your day. I know it's morning out there in California, and that's where you are, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in the Eastern time zone, so we've been enjoying lots of snow already. So snowboarding and skiing and snowmobiling is, is the fun of the day. But yes, if you got sun, you want to get some sun today. A couple of quick questions that are quick areas of discussion. One is in the area of DOH. You mentioned earlier about how hyperscalers are the ones that are architecting the future direction. And I noticed that is exactly how DOH was adopted so incredibly fast. It was through the combined effort, as I understand it, between Mozilla with how they implemented quickly in Firefox and how Cloudflare was one of the first, if not the first, to offer it on their recursive resolver. And that seemed to ruffle a lot of feathers, especially those of us that are in the defensive space. Talk to me about give me a broad picture of what your experience was, how we got there, but then also how you feel about DOH today.
I think that the Microsofts of the world and the Apples of the world owe us a better way to choose what DOH we want to use. People that operate networks, would like to be able to understand what the traffic is on their network. You referred to the encrypted connection coming out of my TV set going somewhere and we're not sure why. Is my TV set, once my TV set gets a camera, I think it's going to be game over. But, and why is it quad 8 and so forth? So I think the question is, there's an ease of use, and it should be easy for me to decide what configurations I'm going to allow. And the design doesn't make that desirable or possible, and they didn't want to. I mean, they're optimizing the environment that they want to have. Sometime if you want, you can go take a look at it. Are you familiar with the real-time bidding network?
I am not.
Okay. So supposing I just popped up the New York Times on my browser here. In the corner of the front page, there's going to be an ad for something. How did that ad get there? Well, in the background, what happened is that the information that's been collected is sent out to 100 different organizations to say, hey, do you want to pay to put an ad in this space?
Right.
And those organizations may just be collecting that information for their own purposes and never want to place an ad, or they may be bidding to put the ad in place. And that's all done in the background. And it's fascinating to me how all of my information gets exported in milliseconds, microseconds, in the background. And it's kind of the way that a lot of the content that you see gets put up, because there's more ads probably than useful content on what you look at. You just tune it out, right?